What's up, everybody? My name is Kyphxr, and welcome back to Escape from Tarkov. This is just going to be a quick video. I kind of just want to document, I guess, my progress over time in PvE, but more, I guess, like the rate at which I progress over time. That doesn't really matter. Tonight, we're going to be looking at how much progress I've made in PvE Tarkov in 250 hours. Slightly below 250 hours, but it is what it is. So we're going to start with the stash. I'm not going to go through absolutely everything because this is a max level stash on PvE, but I'm honestly not sure how I'm going to structure this video. So we'll see how this goes. But I honestly wish I did one of these earlier at like 50 hours just to have something to compare it to. Because originally I was going to try out PvP this wipe, and then I was going to use that to like compare to my progress in PvE and just like see stats wise. I'm just curious to see how it would compare. But with hardcore and everything, I ended up deciding to wait until 1.0 comes out. That is something that I'll be curious to see in the future once we do that PvP wipe. But this is sort of the kit that I've been running on the high end. I don't use this face shield all the time because it is like 1.8 million, 2 million. So I don't run that all the time, but the rest of this is pretty much what I've been running. The gun varies, but we'll get to that. This is the quick money I have. I have a money case down below. And then these are mostly just dumps for ammo that's good. I still haven't learned ammo yet, and so basically if it has over 35 pen, I just throw it into one of these, and down here I have even more that I just haven't sorted through yet. And then up here is just stuff that I use frequently, the nods, the special item slot, and then meds, things like that, the Spectre masks, the meds that I use, basic things like that. This is just like a dump. This is basically just like a drop box that I can throw things in if I just want to go back into another raid quickly. I don't want to have to worry about actually selling everything. And then this used to be, as you can see, this used to be kits, but now it's just kind of random shit. I honestly need to get rid of a lot of this. The grenades is the only thing in here I use, and then these key cards I use for the cultist circle. But I need to do something with that because it's just sitting there. But this here is my favorite thing that I've made. This is my new kit system. So as you can see, I have each of the guns organized by gun, and then the ammo for it, and then the magazines for it. This one you can see is a mix of Glocks and 5.7s because I like the rip with the 50 round drums, but also the 5.7 with the SS-190 is fucking insane. So these are the guns and the ammo that I use most frequently. This, well, isn't an MDR because I can't actually buy these yet. We'll get to my trader levels in a second. But this is the MCX 300 Blackout is what I run the most often. As you can see, I've just been cranking out M62 ammo. And then, actually, I'm running low on Whisper because of how much that I've just burned through. But then, the P90 is my favorite SMG. The rate of fire on this is just insane. 900 RPM, and then you can actually use this SS-190 ammo in the P90. So, like, just 37 pen for 50 damage at 900 RPM is absolutely insane. So I love the P90. The AUG I'm sort of phasing out. You can actually see I'm sort of replacing it with the M4 right now. But the AUG was the first gun in the game that I did use a lot. This was the build that I was running the most often. One of the reasons that I stopped running this though is this 1.5x scope. I don't know why. Something about it, I feel like this scope runs worse than the other picture-in-picture scopes. Like, I feel like the Spectre, even though it has more zoom, makes less lag than this scope. There's something about this scope that I feel like fucks things up even worse. So I've started using the AUG a lot less. This has been pretty much my main build recently. I've been running this M4 and then this Blackout. These are my most used guns at the moment. And then I've been phasing in this MDR. But these are definitely my two favorite guns. This if you throw the 100-round mag on this thing is fucking nuts. But getting a little bit sidetracked. So, and you can see I'm having overflow, and so this is extending farther down. But as we go down, I have my headsets here, helmets. This is bleeding out because of how many helmets I actually have. And most of these I have to hold on to because I still can't buy them yet. Again, we'll get to my trader levels, but that's the probably where I'm the lowest at the moment is my traders. I don't have a lot of gear available to actually buy, and so I have to hold on to it when I find it. And then down here we start getting into more disorganized weapons. You can see I have my DVLs, but then this we start getting into just like random shit. We have M60s and AK-12, STM, and a Vector. Here's my M4s. This is more of that same build we saw earlier. And then this one was, I made a video on this, but this was, when was this? Like 2 or 3 months ago. There was a bug that allowed you to put 2 stocks on the gun, so you're able to put this stock over top of the pistol grip combined butt stock, and then you're able to put the jailbreak on. Even the jailbreak's like right here, you can't really tell, but you're able to fit the jailbreak on even though that doesn't fit either. And so this gun has 62 ergo, 1.0 MOA, 32 vertical recoil, 92 horizontal recoil, and then 800 RPM. This thing is fucking nuts. I can put on screen the footage of me using it. Maybe we'll do some shooting range at the end of this. I was planning on making this a short video, but we're like halfway through the stash and I'm already at 8 minutes, so I'm starting to realize it's just not going to be a short video. But then on this side, we start getting into ammo and attachments. So this is, I don't know why the tags just bug out sometimes, and I don't know why that doesn't have a box. Well, that's interesting. Anyways, this you can see, this used to be my M80. I've since moved that, so we can put that there. But these are just attachments that I either can't buy or that I use semi-frequently. I really like this spotlight flashlight for a while, but I've kind of stopped using it. But you can see I was stocking up on that. Here's another box of that random ammo. And then this is what I was running for a while. What is this? Is this AK ammo? And then this is M4. This is just all of the shells. And then in these we have more attachments. These just are the most efficient storage containers, 25 slots with a bunch of doubles. And so these are the best things for storing attachments. In here, I have no idea why these Glocks are here. Like, actually, I have a thing. Is this full? I mean, I guess not really. See, that is how you know it's PvE. I just have a bunch of shit that I've forgotten about and just sits here forever because I've just been like buying these, but I have them sitting buried in backpacks places, so it is what it is. This one, just more ammo stuff. Another unorganized ammo box. This is another one of these rigs. And then these are just the armor plates that I use or can't buy, so I don't want to sell. Again, more random guns that I've literally forgotten about. And then we have this. Like, this is what I mean. I just have so much stuff that I'm just, like, stocked up on for basically no reason. And then this is my food. I do actually use most of this pretty frequently. And then, like, what am I doing with this? Why do I have all of these? I can sell all these to therapists. That's like actually a good amount of money. So I think that's all of this. This is probably empty. Okay, that's just waiting to be used. My valuables, these are all the loose keys that I have. These are mostly keys that I either don't know what they do, or like these ones that I just can't put them in a key tool. These are the keys that I do use more often. They're all organized. My actually up here. My interchange one is over here. And then these are all the dog tags I have, which aren't all that many, all things considered. I have one row plus one full, and these are all the ones that are level 15 to 30 for specific barters. This I held on to. I'm not even sure if it's bugged anymore, but for the longest time, I couldn't turn the laser off on this gun. Like, I could remove this laser, but when I would take it into raid, the laser would still be on the gun, so I held on to that. And then this, I started collecting Gingy keychains because I wanted to fill a whole box. And then I, like, stopped finding them in raid. So I don't know what happened, but they apparently nerfed the shit out of Gingy keychains. I think that's everything for this. This is just stuff that I'm holding on to for crafting. This is just my backpack stack. These are all just empty. This is just the stupidest gun. I found this in a raid one time. And so I wanted to figure out what was like the dumbest, the most expensive gun that I could build around this. And this is pretty much what I came up with. This is like the most, honestly, like the most useless piece of shit for how expensive it is. 2.6 MOA and 83 vertical recoil. I guess it's honestly not that bad. 239 is pretty rough though. But this is just like a cursed monstrosity. This shouldn't exist. It has 30 ergo. It weighs 4 pounds. This is the worst M4 that's ever existed. And also, it takes, is that fucking like 20? Yeah, it is. 4x5. This takes up 20 fucking slots if I leave the mag in it. That's crazy. These are just my Kappa items because I haven't done the quest where you got to put all the cameras down, so I don't have my real Kappa box yet. This is just extra shit. Again, these are mostly ones that I just can't buy. The unheard, Mark of the Unheard. This Glock is for a mechanic quest, and then down here we have my junk boxes. All of this is pretty self-explanatory. I'm actually pretty impressed with how organized I've been able to keep my junk boxes. And then down here, these are my... Are these the good plates? No, these are the mostly level 4 plates. And then these are the mostly level 5 and 6 plates. But I think that's everything for the stash. This is what I have in my sick case. And then this Gingy keychain is because I always forget to take this key tool, so I just leave these in my sick case. But if I do go to take my key tool, I can't because of these. So this is just like a... Fuck. This is just like a... Fuck you, Tarkov. This is just like a drop container so that I can actually take the key tool. And then I do run pilgrims a lot, but I've been running the takedown more recently just to keep like my weight and ergo downs, or my weight down and my ergo up, so I can move around a little bit better. But I think that's everything for the stash. I guess I can show this. This is my actual money box. Oh, and then also, I guess we can address the fact that I have $20,000. I'm dumb, and I was... Which one is it? This one? For some reason, I looked at this and my brain was like, oh, Peacekeeper dollars. So I bought $50,000, which is not what I need. So I've been slowly converting that back into rupees and euros, because this is like $19 million, or $19,000 is like, I want to say like 2.5 million, somewhere around 2 million rupees. So I'm working on that. But we can go to stats now. I have actually lost a bit, because the total cost I had like a couple weeks ago was closer to 170. So I have gone down a little bit. I'm not 100% sure from what, but I've done I've done 416 raids and survived 259. 988 kills for a 6.8 KD, 123 days since I've bought Tarkov. I'll put on screen. I wish I knew how long I had played when I bought Unheard Edition, because it was only like a month. It's only like a month or two ago. So I'll put on screen if I do, like if I have a recording of how many games I'd played at that point. But I can put on screen how long ago it was that I bought Unheard, because it was only like a month and a half, something like that. But let's actually look at XP real quick, because that is kind of funny. Because I've earned 90,000 experience for task completion, which... And then where's the other one? Where does it show the rest of the XP? I thought there were more XP stats. Maybe there's not, but either way, I've only earned 91,000 XP from tasks, which means most of my XP has come from just playing raids, but I have... Most of it's probably come from looting, actually. But what is this? 200,000 damage to body, 75 absorbed by armor, 2.5 thousand ammo used, 5,000 hit counts, 988 fatal hits, 1.5 overall accuracy. And then I'm not going to read all the player breakdowns, but 76 bears and 95 USEX, which is interesting. Which is interesting, actually, because I think the reason is I have a harder time figuring out if bears are actually bears or if they're scabs. And so sometimes I don't shoot them still. But 800 scabs versus 170 PMCs. 13 bosses. I think maybe like 10 of those boss kills are all Tagilla. Most of these boss kills are Tagilla, because the only other bosses I have killed are Reshala and Parmesan. And I think I've only killed each of them once, right? So I think I must have killed Tagilla 11 times then. Unless I'm forgetting someone. But my longest kill streak was 20. Longest shot is 250 meters. 10 long distance headshots, 228 pistol kills, 138 SMGs, 57 shotgun, 505 assault rifles, and then 44 from the bolt action. 8 from the grenade. I still need a couple more for the grenade quest, I think. And then if we go over to skills, you know, I've played this game for 250 hours now, and I look at this screen so infrequently that I didn't know it showed the XP bar here. I've wondered so many times why it doesn't show me how close I am to the next level, and it's because I'm looking at the wrong... Fuck me. Okay, Anyways, my endurance is level 10, my strength is level 14, and then vitality is, I'm not actually going to read all these out. We can scroll through it, but I feel like overall my like actual levels are pretty low. My hideout management is one of my highest at level 11. We'll look at my hideout in a second. You can look at my traders here. Most of them are at level 3, and most of them are currently locked behind like actual level. I have enough rep, and it's just these two. Actually, no, I do have Peacekeeper, so it's Skier and then Mechanic. Yeah, Mechanic and then maybe Ragman. Well, actually, I don't know for Ragman. I'm still one below. But you can see I'm close to maxing out a lot of these guys. Ragman, I'm just stuck level-wise because I don't do enough tasks. But I think that's every... Oh, wait. We can do hideout. So max stash because of unheard. And then workbench is 3. I need to get the gear rack built. I did work out today. My med station is 3. Security is 3. You can see I'm still crafting M62 300 blackout. But I don't have that much decoration. I have the Aphex twin poster, and I have the Tagilla Funko Pop. Oh shit, that's not what I... Wait, what? Oh wait, no. Stop doing this. I have severe fatigue. That doesn't do anything. We have this nice poster here. The Astronomer, as Peanut likes to call her. Another nice poster here. I don't think I actually have anything in the trophy stand. I need to get that built. We got another nice poster over here by the bed. Another poster. Another poster. Yeesh. One of the worst shooting ranges ever. Because you just can't reload your gun. But yeah, I think that's just about everything. I love how the night vision does absolutely nothing in the hideout. There is no night vision. Your vision turns green. You have the exact same level of visibility. But thank you everybody so much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share for more. Check out the second channel for all of your Cult Rising content, and I will see you next time.